Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where today we will be going over how to get started editing in iMovie. So you might not be ready to invest in big softwares like Premiere or Final Cut Pro. Well, if you already own some Apple products, iMovie is in your system already, so you can get started on video editing in a way that's really fun and really simple. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video if this has helped you out. Okay, let's do this. So you're going to open up iMovie on your computer, press Create New, Movie, and your project workspace will appear. So this screen is going to be where all of your media is. This workspace screen is going to be your movie where you can edit some of the color and kind of see how that looks visually. This timeline at the bottom is going to be where you're going to be editing your movie. So first thing we want to do is import the media. So click on the arrow, Import Media. And let's see, so I made a specific folder for the iMovie footage that we're going to be using. Let me go ahead and import all of that. You can also import photos as well as music. So if you tab over to the audio, there's going to be iTunes music, so music you can import from your iTunes, also sound effects. This is all sound effects that are already pre-programmed into iMovie. So that'll be really cool for some sound engineering that you're going to do with your video. Going back to my media, you can see that everything's imported as an icon, so you can scrub through all the clips and start seeing what you're going to be working with. So to pull the clip down to your timeline, you're just going to click on the clip and drag it down, or hover over the icon again, press I for an endpoint, and hover over where you want that clip to end, press O for an out point, and drag and drop it into your timeline. To cut your clip, you can trim it by hovering the side of the clip and trim accordingly. You could do it on both ends. If you wanted to cut a clip just in the middle, or just you decided you want to just full on cut it, do Command B. Oops, sorry, you actually have to hover, put that line over the clip and press Command B, and you can see it created a separation there. Something to note is your audio and your video is going to be brought down to the timeline. If you do not want to use that audio, go ahead and select the clips, right click it, and detach audio. You'll see it'll separate that audio there. If you wanted to pull audio from your iTunes, you'll just drag and drop that audio down. Or you can select an in point, select an out point, and drag and drop that audio down. For the audio, you can actually manipulate it by moving the levels on the audio channel. All right, so I'm going to delete that natural sound from the clip, and that audio is going to be moved up. So I'm just going to take a second to go ahead and pull all the clips that I want to work with for this dress shot. All right, so now that I have my clips lined up, I'm going to start from the beginning and press the space bar to play it through. And I'm just going to begin trimming where I want the clips trimmed up a little bit more. Let's go ahead and detach this audio. And let's go ahead and import some of this music. All right, so now that the clips are all lined up exactly where I want them, we can start messing around with them a little bit more with color grading and color correcting. So click on the clip you want to work with, hover over the spot that you want to see in this workspace. And in this viewing workspace, you can see you have a few icons to mess around with. This icon here is going to be color balance. So you can work on the white balance. There's auto, but I would just suggest kind of playing around with this. You can select the color on the video for the eyedropper. So let's say that this is the white we want to match to. It's going to adjust the white balance from there. So this little color palette here will help you mess around with your midtones, your highlights, your shadows, the saturation, and your warm and cool colors. So just to give you an idea of what that looks like, we're bringing up the midtones now. Let's go ahead and bring up the shadows while we're at it. That's looking really nice. Let's bring down the saturation, make it look a little less orange, and then just show you what this looks like. Warmer, cooler. It looks fine right in the middle. This icon here, you can crop your image. The Ken Burns effect is awesome to know about if you are creating slideshows for your video. So if you have, a ton of pictures that you're compiling together for a photo slideshow, Ken Burns is going to be the button you need to know about for photos. Moving over, this is something you want to know about: stabilizing shaky video, also known as like a warp stabilizer. You want to, I think I have a clip that will work really well for later, so just remember that, stay tuned for that. And then these over here are going to pertain to audio, so let's click on the audio, and you can see you can kind of mess with your audio clips there. This is something to help reduce background noise, so if you are working with natural sound from your clips, if you want to make something move, speed ramp it, or there's freeze frame, you want to kind of speed your clip up or put it in slow motion, these are the clips you're going to want to know about. All right, so going into clip filter, this is again for audio. This is going to be, see how it's creating some sound effects for the audio. So let's hover back over to the clip, and let's go ahead and color correct all of these clips. Kind of mess around with those. Bring up the midtones, bring up the shadows. Oh, also, this is the clip that I wanted to show you how to stabilize. So we're going to go ahead and check Stabilize Shaky Video. Actually, I'm going to Command Z that. I want to show you the clip before. So not terrible, but it could definitely be a lot smoother. So we're going to click Stabilize Video. That one can be stabilized too. I'm also going to trim that. All right, so let's play it one more time. You can see there's like a slight shake in it. Not the worst, but it can be better. So we're going to click Stabilize Shaky Video. It's at 33%. I recommend your footage being anywhere between 10 and 33. If your footage is super duper shaky, you might see this warp in it, which isn't necessarily the greatest thing ever. So you kind of have to assess it and see if it's good for your videos. So let's play it again. Took out that shake. It looks so good. Gorgeous. Okay, let's get back to color correcting. Switch over to this color correcting panel. I'm going to do the same thing we've done for all of the clips so far, raising those midtones, raising the shadows. I think that's all it really needs. The one bummer about iMovie is you really can't import too many presets for color grading, so what you do in camera is kind of what you get, other than the little corrections that you can do here. So here is your clips all compiled together. Okay, so now that your video is pretty much done, we want to maybe add some transitions. So what we're going to do is we're going to tab over to this transition panel in this workspace, and there's a ton of already preset transitions that you can use. Let's go ahead and do a fade to white in the beginning. So we're going to drag and drop that in the front. And just to kind of show you all these different ones that you can use, I'm just going to go ahead and throw in a ton of different transitions in all of the clips, just so you can kind of see what all the possibilities are here. And we're going to end fade to black. All right, so now that we've added our transitions, let's play them out. All right, so now that all our transitions are in, maybe we want to put some titles in. So let's go ahead and click on title and choose what's going to work best for us. So let's just grab this, drop it in the front. We're going to edit this. We'll call it dress shots. And we're going to trim that, have it end right there, and let's see. Awesome. And let's go ahead and put another title at the end just to play around some more. Let's put this right there. Yay, so those are all of our titles. Okay, so something else that you're going to want to know about with iMovie, let's click on this clip here. You see this little microphone button? We can record audio on iMovie too, so let's click it. We're going to press record. I am now, 3, 2, 1. I am now creating sound for my movie using my own voice to kind of talk about what's going on. Press stop, and now you can see there is an audio channel right here for the voiceover that you just made. Super cool. Okay, so one other thing that you're going to want to know about, say you are putting two videos on top of each other. So let's pull this clip. We haven't used this clip yet. So let's go ahead and pull this clip down and layer it on top of this video. You're going to see this double mirror icon now show up in your workspace. If you click on that, it'll show you exactly what you want those layerings to look like. So it could be a straight cutaway, which means it moves from one clip to the other. It could be picture within a picture. So say like this is a shot of the bride looking at her dress, but you have your dress here. You can actually have those two clips existing at once in the frame. You could do a split screen, so showing two different clips at once if you're doing something with the green screen. So that's going to be something really cool to know about. That's really great for blog videos or kind of showing reactions. That's another fun thing that you can still do in iMovie. All right, so saving your project, iMovie already does it for you, so no need to worry about that. Once you're ready to export, you're going to click on this export icon on your top right, and we're going to click File, and we are happy with all this, so you can title your movie iMovie Tutorial. Let's see, we want video and audio, that's fine. That's the resolution we want to work in, 1080, 60 frames. So the 60 frames is how I shot the footage. That's how it came up with that number. Yes, best quality. All right, next, please. I'm going to save it in the iMovie folder that I've already created. So save, boom. So now a little icon right here is going to pop up, which will show you the time that it's working on creating your iMovie. Voila, it is done. Thank you. If you want to move back to your projects, it will want you to save and title your movie. So let's go ahead and change this to iMovie Tutorial. And it's going to forever be saved in your iMovie application. So now you can always go back and work on it, or you can create a new project. Okay, now who's ready to start editing? If you have any questions, please feel free to leave your questions in the comments and I will get to them as soon as I can. And happy editing, guys.